if I look at the picture, I can't get the picture and all this on the screen at one time. So if I look at the picture, sine of A, here's A, is going to be the opposite side, which is segment BC over the hypotenuse, which is segment AB. And so sine of A is equal to BC over AB. These are all review for you. Okay? So why don't you take just a minute, I'll pause this. Why don't you take a minute and write down what the sine of A, cosine of A, tangent A, and then do the same for B. So the rules then, and now I'm throwing in, oops, there, I'm the wrong way. Throwing in 3 more rules. Sine, cosine, and tangent we started out talking about. We said sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent is opposite over adjacent. But today we're going to talk also about cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Cosecant is the multiplicative inverse, or the reciprocal of sine. So cosecant is equal to 1 over sine. So that's hypotenuse over opposite side, opposite leg. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So it's equal to hypotenuse over adjacent. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, and it's equal to adjacent over opposite. Yeah. No. It's CSC. Not sure why it looked that way. That's what it should be. I didn't say it enough, so I have to say it again. What acronym did you tell me we used to remember sine, cosine, and tangent?
SOHCAHTOA.
SOHCAHTOA. Okay, well, there really is no acronym for cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So my class thought that SOHCAHTOA was the best we could come up with. In their earlier class, so SOHCAHTOA, that might help you remember. I don't think so, but anyway, that's just a kind of a joke over here. You can write her down if you want. SOHCAHTOA. Cosecant, hypotenuse over opposite. Secant, hypotenuse over adjacent, and cotangent is adjacent over opposite. I think you kind of have to remember them to know the acronym. That kind of defeats the purpose of an acronym. Okay? Any questions on this? I can hold it. Not very long though. I have a small bladder. There you go. Remember 30, 60, 90 triangles and 45, 45, 90 triangles? Remember, well, you didn't have me for geometry, but when I teach geometry, I always teach my triangles this way, and this is why. Because when we use these in unit circle work, we don't really care that this is s and this is square root of 3s and this is 2s. We just want the ratio of the sides. And the ratio is 1 to the square root of 3, or 1 to 2, or 2 to square root of 3. Those are the ratio of my sides. And so we really don't care how long they are. the sine of a 30-degree angle then would be the opposite, which is 1 over the hypotenuse, which is 2. The sine of 60 would be the opposite of 60 is square root of 3 over the hypotenuse 2. And the sine of 45 is, opposite of 45 is 1 over the hypotenuse, which is square root of 2. Remember, 1 over square root of 2, if we rationalize, we get square root of 2 over 2, right? Now, I'm going to show you a method to help you find each of these on the unit circle. We're going to do a lot of work where we're dealing with angles that are multiples of 30, 60, and 45s. Positives and negatives, we're going to do a lot of work on that using the unit circle, and we'll discuss that way more tomorrow. But this is the foundation for that. We have to understand what 30 is, what 60 is, and what 45 is in order to use these facts to find other angles. Okay? I'm also going to give you a bunch of quizzes where they're in some form timed, and I want you to start to remember some of these. So the sooner you remember them, the better it will be for you. Okay? So take a moment, I'll pause this, you can finish copying all this down. Now, I just got done telling you that we will not test you on these. It doesn't mean we don't have to know what they are. But if you go back and look at them, cosecant's going to be the reciprocal of sine. So right here, sine of 30 is 1/2, so cosecant's going to be 2 over 1. Sine of 60 is square root of 3 over 2, so cosecant 60 is going to be 2 over square root of 3. And when I rationalize that, I get 2 square root of 3 over 3. Cosecant 45 is square root of 2 over 1 because sine of 45 was 1 over square root of 2. So all of these are the reciprocals of all of these. Okay, I'll pause this then again so you know. So this is exactly what AJ just made the observation of. The sine of theta will equal the cosine of the the complement to theta. And so our example was the sine of 30 is going to equal the cosine of 60. And that's true with all these cofunctions. So the cofunctions, sine and cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant. And then the other half are just doing it the other way around. Okay, what are you confused on? We're saying sine of 30 is equal to the cosine of 60. 30 plus 60 equals 90. They're complements of each other. Okay? If we scroll back up, I'll come back down for you guys in just a second. The sine of 30 is equal to cosine of 60. Sine of 30 is 1/2, cosine 60 is 1/2. Are you ready? Okay? And so sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. Where are you at right now? Okay. Take your notebook down. So you go out and use your notebook. calendar with me for a moment. Today, we're going to do 5 to 29 odds, so that's not very long either. If you have problems from yesterday you didn't finish, you'll have time to finish probably. Well, probably not. We don't have a lot of time left. And then tomorrow, bring your stuff, but we're not going to be doing stuff in the book. I don't want you to not bring your book because you may need it for something that I'm not thinking. Or maybe you'll need to finish some work, okay? So bring all your stuff, but we will be working on the couple worksheets that I give you, and help you with this, what we did today also, okay?
So we're not doing notes tomorrow?